Hello and welcome back to Vintage Treasures. And today I went to the Shop the Curiosity Toy Expo in Danbury, Connecticut, and I got a couple pickups. I did see a couple YouTubers there that I do watch. I did see people I want to say hi to, say, hey, I watch your videos, really like them. It was so crowded in there, I couldn't get to any of them, so I never really did get the chance to say hi to them. But yeah, it was still a great show. I can't complain. If you're anywhere near Danbury, Connecticut, I'm up in New York. If you're anywhere near it, it's definitely worth the drive. This is my second time going. Great stuff, great prices, and pretty consistent vendors. I've never had any problem with the vendors there. They seem like pretty great dudes and gals. All types of stuff there. If you're in the video games, if you're into toys, obviously, it's just the whole thing. It's just great to go through, great to look at stuff. And enough yapping. Let's get into the haul. So the first booth I went to, the guy had a couple dig bins. And I love going through dig bins. Obviously, it's where the best deals are if you're not like crazy about accessories or completeness, and you kind of just want a piece to put in your collection. It's great if you're starting Masters of the Universe. You can get a good figure for pretty cheap, and then you can work on it later. So that's what I like to do. I prefer to do that, and you can just sell the beater off. $5 dig bin, and there was a lot of good stuff in there. There was a Chuck Norris Karate Commando. I didn't pick that up, but I did get 2 pickups from that, and I think it was pretty good. I got, it's slipping my mind, this guy. So I got him for $5. I think he looks pretty good. This is his play feature. See, he swings his arm. And, yeah, I think it's a great figure, obviously. I mean, that little play feature. It's so goofy. I love LJN and Kenner. They always had goofy play features in their toys, and it's such a novelty. But it never got old. I have to say, it never really got old on me. Like, I have a good amount of the Ghostbusters line, and it's still not gotten old. I just love these goofy play features. And the other figure I got from that guy was a Skeletor. So, before I had a hollow-headed Skeletor, and I did a restoration on that. If you want to see it, it's still on my channel. I don't really take videos down, although I wouldn't watch the first couple. But it's a hard-headed Skeletor. I think he looks great. He has all the eye paint. I just love the Masters of the Universe figures. And you can see his hips still work. As you can see right there. I think it was a great pickup for $5. You can't get much from the Masters of the Universe line. And this thing's it's not mint, but it's not in bad condition. And the face looks pretty good considered that it's painted rubber from 40 years ago. One of the other booths I went to, I found another good deal. It was a good deal. I'm not gonna say it's not. He had 2 giant Ninja Turtles for $15 a piece. They were very messed up. No accessories, no belt or anything. But he had 2. He had Raph and Donnie. The Raph was too far gone for me to justify buying him for $15. But the Donnie looked pretty good. I took him apart already because I couldn't wait to start working on him. I plan to make a video on this, going through how I make the belt and going through how I clean these things because it's shiny, and of course you want to keep it that way. So I'm definitely going to post a video on this if you're interested in that. Definitely keep an eye out. Definitely. But I took him apart and I cleaned him. This is just prep for the video. I mean, you just clean them with a toothbrush, and then I'll show you how to get the stains off and how to make sure everything looks great. But that will be a video for the future. The guy also had a 1989 carded Ray Fillet. This is one I wanted. Card's a little warped. You can see there has a pretty good crease on it, and the bottom's a little waved, but I think it looks great. He had 35 on that. 15 on the giant turtle, and he took 40, so I was great with that bundle deal. I couldn't wait to get these guys home. Unfortunately, on my transport, on the way back, the glue gave out on one side of the rifle A. So, I know someone commented on my other karting video for that, actually it's right there, Super Fright Features, Peter Venkman, that I should film myself going through and doing it, but slipped my mind. So I'm definitely going to do it this time. This one's for you. And I'll definitely bring up your comment in the video. I thought it was funny. But I got this in that giant Donatello for 40 bucks. I think I did great on this one. And I'm going to obviously restore this card back, and I'll bring you through the process. If you're interested in that, of course. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. There was another vendor there that sells odds and ends type of stuff. He's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I always have a look at his stuff. Last time, I think I got a complete Batmobile from him for 15 bucks. So I definitely had another look. And I'm glad I did, because I found let me check the year on this. The 1992 Delta Dawn figure. As you can see, he has his goggles, and he looks pretty good. He is missing his belt, but you can see, I mean, the goggles alone, I think it's great he has them. It makes him look so much better. He was covered in leaves. The actual figure was. If you had him complete, he comes with a good amount of accessories. But the figure complete's like $100 bucks, and I'm fine with this. He's in pretty good condition, and he has his goggles. I'll eventually get his rifle, because I really do want his rifle. I was a little bummed out the re-release didn't come with a rifle, so that kind of steered me away, but I understand, you know, it's a gun, not really something to show to kids and, like, say, hey, you should play with these. But, I think it's a great little figure, and definitely a great find. Paid $5 for this one, and I'll put a comp on the screen. I think I did good. You'll find out. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this one. Another booth I stopped by, he has a good amount, like almost uncanny amount of like Grail Ninja Turtle figures. Like he has a bucket on there. It just has Merdudes in it, and Monty Mooses, and he's even got some half-ports and some Sandstorms in there. He had a Shogun Shout in there. He's missing some of his arm pads and stuff. I think he wanted 200 on that one, which wasn't bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just the knee pads would bug me and the arm pads. So I did end up leaving with one thing, because just having those figures and knowing I'm not going to be able to get the accessories would kill me. I do want a half-port and eventually a Sandstorm. I know that for sure. But I got this guy right here. The name is slipping my mind right now, but I will put it on screen. You can see he looks pretty cool. This is very 90s. I think he uses the same suit as that military mutant Donatello. Except the shell might be different. And the boots are definitely the same. And they use the original head sculpt from the original figure. I think this is a great figure. Great find. Bit lighter than the other ones, I think so, but that's just because he's a very thin figure, probably for that motorcycle. But definitely a great find. I think I did okay for $15, but I was excited to see this one. So another random purchase I had. So I have to say one thing, the elephant in the room. As a 19-year-old, I don't get much of that nostalgia thing that a lot of collectors, I'm sure a lot of you watching, get collecting this stuff. I didn't have a lot of this stuff as a kid. I didn't grow up with it. I did have a couple things here and there. And this is one of those things that I had growing up, is this Mario right here. I picked him up for $5. I've been looking for one of these for a while. I wanted to make sure I got one in good condition, and I found one today for $5. I was ecstatic. And the play feature with this one is actually pretty cool. So what you do is you take this platform piece and you press on something, the suction cup goes down, and you just wait. Make sure I catch him. I don't want to break him, I just bought him today. And he pops up. I don't want to do it too much, because I don't want him to give out. But I was excited to get this, because it's very rare that I find stuff at a vintage toy show that I had as a kid, considering I'm only 19. So now we get to the best find I had today. I was really psyched about this one, and it's actually funny. I came to this booth because I was interested in one of the plushes they had. I think it was the Slimer, the vintage Slimer. They had all three of the vintage Ghostbusters plushes. They had the Stay Puft, but the guy wanted $70 for it. And I mean, that's a good price because he was really white, but I could stand to use a little stain remover and get him cheaper. They had the puppet version of Slimer and the plush version of Slimer too. And I was actually interested in the plush version, but it completely distracted me. I honestly lost my train of thought when I saw this. I don't even think I asked the price for that thing. But I did end up with something good at least. I got the 1989 Police Academy Crash Cycle. So this is something I've been after for a while. I want to get this boxed, and I wanted to get the cop card. It's slipping my mind. I wanted to get that complete. I'll show you on screen. I want to get that complete in box. The cool thing about this one, I do have a Crash Cycle on my Police Academy shelf, but it is missing everything that could have came off. So I'm seriously debating opening this one. It's not sealed, but it's sealed contents, and it still has the manual in there. It still has the pamphlet advertising all the other counter lines at that time. So I'm considering putting it together. I get to put the stickers on, and if I do, I will definitely have you there with me to go through the process of putting this together and putting the stickers on, and then I'll have a mint condition Crash Cycle in my collection, and also the box. Now, this was obviously an awesome buy, for me at least. I don't know if you're in the Police Academy. But what really sold it for me, it was $10. I couldn't believe it. $10. I've been looking at these things, and they go for about $40 in the box like this complete. And I was so psyched when he said $10. I was so glad to grab this piece. I definitely have wanted it since I started collecting Police Academy at this point a couple years ago. So this is definitely my score of the day. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I try to upload videos like this every Wednesday. It has been a bit dicey. I've had work and all types of conflicts coming up. I mean, you can only imagine. I mean, it's a very, very, very fast-paced part of my life. Try to get a couple videos in for you guys, and of course I enjoy making them, so I can take a little time out of my day, enjoy making these videos, and you take time out of your day, enjoy watching them. Sounds great. So I'm glad to get one up finally, because I've been, it's been a while. My channel's been a little dormant for a couple months. So if you tuned in, thank you. That's great. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking the video, and tell me in the comments how interested you are in that whole GoPro idea with me walking around the toy shows. I'd love to do it, you know, and wearing the camera wouldn't bug me too much. I mean, charging and everything, but that's just life. Anything for the video. So if you guys truly do want that, please leave it in the comments, and hope to see you in the next one. Great rest of your day or night, and goodbye.